The grand finals of the StarCraft Essential $100 Open. Of course, this is brought to you by Copper Code Labs and has been cast here on BaseTradeTV. This is Rifkin. I'm casting with my lovely friend Nostalgia Talix and Spawny here in the lower right corner of the map, tearing up the ladder today. Not even the ladder, the tournament ladder. It's been LGS, LsEbA.
And in the top left-hand corner from Team Western Wolves as our Teal Protoss player, eliminating value in the last matchup, we have Arthur.
I don't know if this is your cameras or Hoy's, but I'm pressing number 3 and be right back.
Well, let's take a look. I'll move my camera around and see if it moves with me. Yeah, that's me. Alright, guys, now I've got all full control of you right now. So, we are playing here on Acheron Wastes, so we're going to have a whole bunch of different things that can be done. Early game commentary, let me tell you, when there's nothing really going on and there's no cheese, it's really hard for me to constantly be talking and trying to entertain all of you, but I'm going to do my best here anyways. So, for Arthur, we did see that he put the pylon in his main. I'm curious if that means we're going to be seeing the 13 gateway. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to see. Actually, not going to be going up for that scouting. He's probably going to maybe delay that just a couple of seconds, get a couple more minerals into his pocket, and then maybe try to go across map, see if he can delay the hatchery for LsEbA to go down. LsEba's actually already saving up quite a bit of minerals so far, so let's see. No, he's probably just going to get that down totally easily. Not even going to go to scout. Ooh, the early assimilator as well. Once again, I'm curious to see if we're going to be seeing out of Arthur what we kind of saw in the last series, where the double zealot with the mothership core actually pushed out kind of early. I think we might just as well see that. And I think we hear somebody closing a door that does not exist. Welcome back, Rifkin.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's not a problem. I had you covered. Don't worry about it.
Thank you kindly, sir.
I was basically just in there. It's like, so in the early game when there's nothing to commentate, I'm just going to continue to talk.
Well, you know what? 9 times out of 10 when I do that, the ninja bathroom runs, it's usually when the proxies happen, or the 9 pools, or the weird things like that. But really glad to see I got back in time to have an actual game to cast for once.
Yeah, indeed. But I was calling this here for the Protoss player, kind of like we saw in the last series, where the Zealots came out early and pushed out with the Mothership Core. I think that's what we're going to be seeing here again, at least out of Arthur in this game.
You know, Arthur, of course, we didn't get to see a lot of him today. We have been following LsEbA around. This guy, I've never heard of him before. He's a Latin American from what I guessed from his clan tag, and he's been representing hard, but he's really up against just, quite frankly, a monstrous wall, is what this comes down to. Because Arthur, I was talking him up a little bit earlier. I recently cast him this past Friday, Western Wolves versus My Insanity. You can check the VODs out on YouTube, but spoiler, here comes, Arthur pulled off a freaking all-kill. And, I mean, I've never heard of LsEbA. He's been playing really well, but he's also taken out Zerg players who I know for a fact are 10 times better than LsEbA.
Yep, indeed. Alright, well, it does look like the Destructible Rocks here for Arthur are going to be taken out. Just going to get that out early game. I was incorrect in the assumption that he would be getting the early Mothership Core out with the Zealots and pushing across map. Actually going to go for the early expansion instead, and just try to defend here with the Zealot and the Mothership Core.
Oh, Arthur, you've got the potential to do the max set build. I don't know if you will. I would love if you did. Just throw down 4 more gateways right now, but Probe coming across the field, going to start trying to establish some pylons early on. I mean, these aren't for immediate warp ins by any means, but it's good to have them out now and not have to worry about it for later. And actually, a cheeky position is taken as the Overlord's just barely out of vision.
Oh, the Zergling gets in there, but will not be able to get up the ramp. Little great play here out of Arthur. Wow, the 3 gates coming down so fast. That is really, really fast. Completely ignoring the fact that he could get a forge. He's like, I don't need one of those. I just need to get gateways up, and I'm just going to produce with what I have.
Yeah, of course, a big part of getting those gates up fast is more for the wall effect than anything else. He does not want to be caught off guard by Zerglings running through, running by, anything. And that third base going up for LsEbA, but right now we got that probe. He hasn't put the pylon down. He hasn't started to move forward. I'm not sure if Arthur wants to turn this into pressure or just play defensive off this.
Well, we'll be able to see. I mean, he's got that Stalker with the Mothership Core right now. Those Zerglings will get killed off, but that's nothing, really. I mean, it's just kind of vision. All right, we got 1 sentry kind of dancing here at the expansion of Arthur, trying to get past that 1 Zealot. Not going to happen. For our Zerg player, we can see that, you know, he spent a lot of his time droning, but in getting to that 3rd base. Let's see if he's going to be doing something here. He's obviously going to be forced to make some Zerglings. 14 in production right now, as well as 2 Zealots, 3 Zealots now, going to be going in for some aggression.
Yeah, Queen's out here to meet this again. He really wants to have that sentry with him. A little bit of guidance, I guess, without Zealot in hold position. But Zergling's going to try to run around those Zealots for the time being. Arthur without that cool, badass black skin. And oh, the Stalker getting surrounded. That's a little bit painful, but they will be chased off by the Zealot. Stalker, oh, just barely goes down. Almost lived through that.
Yeah, very, very close. All right, here we go. More Zealots going to be coming out. Let's see. And what, do you think he's actually going to be able to kill off this third base?
Oh, he's absolutely
Wow.
going to kill off this third base. EBA
What
needs
an
to sacrifice it.
pylon. Yeah, what an aggressive pylon right there. That's like crazy.
Here come the roaches, and there is enough energy here for some time warps, which will allow the Zealots to connect, but they can also try and just focus down the hatchery. It's going to go down, no questions about it.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, it's a good transfuse goes down, but not enough. Too little, too late.
Nice denial of that base. And gets a recall for a couple of units. Doesn't get a whole lot out of that. In fact, losing a lot of his own resources, but denying a Zerg's third, kind of a big deal. Meanwhile, 2 Stargates are the follow-up to this, Talix.
Yeah, that's a great play. Hiding them in the back of the main base. Obviously going to be hiding off some tech. Now, we've seen some very, very, very great Phoenix play earlier in the day. Do you think we're going to be seeing that again here? Or do you think the double Void Ray will be coming out?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, there's no reason for him to go the Phoenixes if he doesn't see the fact that his opponent has like a Spire or something, so it's almost gotta be the Void Rays.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's probably going to be the double Void Ray. Here comes the Sentry. Are we going to see a good Force Field? Not too bad.
Force Field only gonna buy him time though at best, because of course Arthur gotta chrono out those Void Rays. As soon as they're out, he can actually hold this, but right now, if those Zerglings flood in, the Void Rays will not be effective to clean this up.
Oh, not the most effective double Force Field right there, but we'll be completely okay getting that third Sentry out, and he's going to be forcing the the Roaches back. The double Void Rays haven't made.
It did exactly what it needed to do. It was a clunky, it was a clumsy Force Field, but it kept Arthur's opponent out, and he's able to get these Void Rays out now. Whereas if he had broken through that wall, that could have been it.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. Oh, another Force Field goes down, some more Tickle Beams, and the Zealot's going to be taking out that one Roach. The cancellation on the pylon. Yeah, great time there for Arthur.
When Protoss buildings die, it just makes you think Minecraft. That's what that comes down to.
They just kind of break into little blocks and stuff.
Alright, well, the Void Rays are out, and this is going to actually be very difficult. EBA has seen this now. What will his response be? If he goes for Hydralisks, they could potentially work, but the catch is Hydralisks in low numbers actually get beaten by Void Rays in moderate numbers. And those rocks went down wicked quick.
Yeah, that was so fast. Those Void Rays are sick strong. Alright, well, for a Zerg player, I feel like we haven't spoken much about him. He's getting some Spore Crawlers.
He's getting a lot of Spore Crawlers.
Yeah. He knows, man.
But the problem is, like, this is how you build your Spore Crawlers if you're expecting Phoenixes, if you're expecting Oracles. Void Rays, 6 of them with Prismatic Alignment turned on, they're just going to kill the Spore Crawler. They're too spread out, they're not going to be effective.
Yeah, that's very true. But, you know, he's going to be staying on the 3 base, as far as I can tell. Yeah, he's just on Lair Tech right now. You know, he's getting to Hydralisk Den kind of late, though. I mean, Void Rays are already there and pretty strong. So we're going to be seeing 6 pretty soon. And here they come as the last 2 Void Rays do finish up. It looks like he's going to be moving cross-map. And 2 Phoenixes being made as well, probably just to pick up Queens and such. Okay, well, let's continue along here. We can see that, you know, EBA is going to try to take this watchtower. The Zealot is here. It's going to be completely fine. It looks like he's going to try to take a hatchery. There's... Oh, God. This one drone is going to find the Void Rays. And he's not going to have a good time about it either.
But EBA kind of knew this was coming in the back of his mind. He saw this earlier, and you don't just produce Void Rays to sit at home, but Spore Crawler's actually going to... There we go. Like I said, melting. Transfuses are going down, and we'll try and keep this alive. He's got to finish off the Spore Crawler. What was he doing?
Yeah,
a little bit of miscontrol, but only slightly.
Yeah, he still managed to get it off, which is good. Here we go. 2 Phoenixes moving in towards the main base of EBA here. Arthur sees that base has gone down. He's going to try to swing around and probably try to pick it off, as there is no Spore Crawlers towards that 4th base, and he's going to try to just deny that.
By the way, I don't know if you ever saw this. I put a video out a little while ago of just the frustration I fought with Void Rays early on. I was playing Zerg. Or sorry, I was playing Protoss. I went for some Void Rays. Thought, like, you know, these are pretty good units. I'll just beat any Zerg composition. But Queens can actually out-transfuse the damage of 8 Void Rays. It sounds so stupid to hear, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
And
Queens are really, really strong. I don't think people estimate how good Queens are with transfuses, plus the amount of damage they can do, plus their utility of spreading creep and everything. It's just really good.
We've got a 3rd Stargate on the way. Arthur really looking to go for that Sky Toss composition. And right now, he can't really take this Hydralisk army on.
No, not quite. There we go. A nice time warp going down just to make sure he can get out of there in time, which is good. But I mean, he really only has the 6 Void Rays right there. And we have to see more. There's 2 more that finished up in the main. Another 2 are in production right now. And the fleet beacon has gone down as well. A really early fleet beacon here. 14 minutes. Very, very heavy Sky Toss army. All right, well, it looks like Arthur is going to be moving across map. Roach, Ling, Hydra towards this 3rd base. Let's see what can be done. All right, well, he knows what's happening now as those Phoenixes fly right past. Oh god, a lot of the Phoenix is actually going down.
Focusing down the lair, though, it's going to go down, no problemo. And losing all that tech is so devastating because it's going to take a long time, plus the base getting denied there. Really, like a surgical strike from Arthur. However, look across the field, Talix. He doesn't have enough at home to deal with this. Too many Hydralisks, and quite frankly, a small amount of Void Rays.
He did recall back, so, I mean, that's going to be helping him out here, but he's going to have to do it pretty soon, get that army into position.
Does deny that upper right base of EBA. Cannon's going to do what they can. Lots of Void Rays here, but again, these Hydralisks are very scary. Nice force fields, though. Beautifully done. Will zone out most of this army.
Yeah, definitely great play. Oh, good more force field. Wow. Arthur knows how to use the force
devastating.
Field.
I mean, EVA's going to have had, in comparison to Arthur, not too difficult opponents, but I mean, Arthur, look at what he's done this game with just Void Rays, too. Pretty absurd. Charge Lot's going to be the follow-up on this, and even a Dark Shrine. This will most likely be for Archons more so than Dark Templar, but a good Dark Templar here or there, very healthy. But unfortunately, Arthur knows there are Spore Crawlers at every base. So if he banks on damage from the Dark Templar, it'd be a bit of a foolish oversight.
Definitely agree. I think as well that it would be the Archon. The Archon Void Ray, very, very strong. You get the Zealots in there to try to tank some damage as well. And it's very, very hard to counter, especially if eventually you try to go air. And then they can get some, you know, Tempests if you start going for, like, the Broodlord or things like that. So, and then the Archon's very good against the Ultralisks.
Yeah, for those who don't know, by the way, I know Arthur's got the Platinum border. It's just he doesn't play a lot on NA. Arthur is, like, the top tier of top tier when it comes to Protoss players. And he's really showing his strengths here today. But he's not won this yet. He's in a really good position. But he's not won this yet.
Definitely very strong. I mean, look how many Hydralisks are out now for EBA right now. They have the 1-1 upgrade. For Arthur, let me take a look at the ground upgrades. There's 0-1-0, but the air upgrade 0-1-1, so very, very strong. And I like that he got the shield upgrade as well, because when we do see eventually Archons, it's just going to make them that much more stronger. Okay, here come the Void Rays.
So many Void Rays. This is that point of the game, by the way, where Hydras actually do not trade very effectively versus Void Rays, just because there's so many of them, and the Hydras, of course, are very limited by their range. If Arthur engages near this cliff, he will win this fight. Absolutely, with entirety.
Yeah, definitely. There was one Dark Templar in there killing off a couple of different workers, but it looks like Arthur's just going to sit here, not going to go into the base quite yet. Obviously, he's going to try to see if he can get baited. I mean, EBA wants to bait the Void Rays to move into that base so we can eventually get the Hydralisks underneath and kill them off fast, because that is a lot of Hydralisks right now, but I don't think Arthur is going to be falling for something like that.
I'm a little bit worried here. Arthur is posturing a long time. This has given EVA time to max out, continue with his own upgrades, get fungal growth started here with pathogen glands, and once those fungals are out, the Void Rays suddenly go from being very scary to very susceptible, as they do clump up very heavily.
Yeah, that's
Focus firing down the hatchery, it goes down in a matter of seconds.
That was so quick.
Again, that surgical strike, the precision from Arthur. And he's not
get this recall back home
if he needs to, but he's going to do more damage before he does.
Yeah, that's a great play. I love that he's going to come back in here. I think he can do a lot of damage taking out this next hatchery again.
If he could get the Hydralisk down as well, the Infestation Pit before Pathogen Glands completes. Oh, that could be devastating, Talix.
That could be very, very good. Alright, it looks like there's going to be a counterattack here out of EBA as well, but that main base of Arthur is going to be falling very, very fast.
Oh, but the recall comes down immediately. He can still cancel this 4th base location. It's not too vulnerable. But again, I really would have loved if he could have picked off the Hydralisk and the Infestation Pit. That would have been nasty. But we got a Storm follow-up to this. How many 18 Void Rays currently on the field. Jesus Christ. And he hasn't even lost more than 3.
And we can also see that Arthur is trying to hide a Void Prism. I'm sorry, Warp Prism going towards the main base there. Oh my god, those Void Rays doing so much damage right now. The Planetary Nexus started here.
Yeah, trying to back up so he can engage the Hydras in a favorable position. Look at the melt of the Void Rays. It's disgusting to watch happen. So abusively done, but now the Hydras have funneled into Arthur's trap. Yes, he'll lose the Nexus, but he's actually in a great position to engage them head on.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. Plus, that Warp Prism in the main now can actually get stopped. And, you know,
This is
create
so
some
disgusting.
stuff.
Dark Templar storms to follow this up, and Arthur just showing his prowess. 181 supply to 97. eBud has no hope left in this game.
Yeah, this is one of those things where, you know, Arthur just flexed his muscles as moving across the map, and there's no answer for it. I think we're just going to be seeing the GG here very, very shortly.
Arthur sky tossed all over this map is basically what happens. Look at the resources lost. I mean, I can't get over how disgusting that is. But of course,
It feels
disgusting in the best way possible.
Yeah, this strategy of like mass void ray is kind of like, you know, like GM Bronze strategy. He just executed it perfectly.
Well, the problem with Mass Void Ray is it's really effective, but it's also really difficult to get to this point. Lots of little things here. They're nice fungals land on top of the Void Rays, but it's a little bit too late. The storm's going down on the Infestors as well as feedbacks. And yeah, once he takes out these Overlords, once he takes out this Hive, that's pretty much game. GG.
Yeah, there it is. And Arthur takes game 1 here. My God.
It's so hard to consider that that was game 1.
Yeah, I don't want to say one-sided, but it felt kind of one-sided. I mean, there was some great play out of there from EBA, but God, Arthur just, he executed so well. It was crazy.